So in this video, I'm going to go kind of through the Google Classroom settings. And something that I forgot to show on the last video that I said is the themes. So if you want to have a banner, a theme, if you have a photo that you already have, you can use that. Otherwise, Google has some really nice pre-made themes, and they're organized by topic. These are even great for different sports teams. And then this kind of has different clubs. So like a video game club, whatever you have. So you can make those and then kind of have that represented, I guess, in a banner. Now for the settings, what this video is mainly about is we're going to go to the gear icon here. These class details is what we use when we filled out creating our class. So those should be the same. If you ever want to edit them, you can do that here. Let's focus now on the general. So the very first you see is the class code. If you click on that, there's 4 different options. If you want to disable it, that would mean that kids can only join for an email invite. I've never turned it off, but if you want to kind of lock down who can join your class, that'd be one way to do it. The greatest thing you can do is probably reset your code. So if you get a code and the kids are having a lot of trouble trying to figure out what to type. So if I remember, this is my core 4, that L to a lot of them look like a 1. And so rather than kind of going through the headache of making sure they know it's an L, I could just reset the code and gotten a new one, and then they could have joined with that new code. You can also copy that text there and then display it just like we saw on the main page. The stream. So what I had called earlier, the wall where you put the post, that's actually called the stream. Whoops. And in the stream, you have settings for who can post and comment. And so their students can post and comment, or only teachers can post and comment. Personally, I usually for the school year have it so that I'm the only one that can post and comment, because when I've had the other 2 settings turned on, kids have taken advantage of that to do things that either I don't want or we're naughty. So I usually just turn them off. Now, if we're in an online only setting, it might make more sense where they can comment as another way to communicate with you. But again, that's probably up to you. The other thing is how the class works. So when you make an assignment, how that's viewed on the stream. So I'll show you an example of that, and then I'll kind of explain these three different settings. And so the first one is you can show the attachments and the details, show condensed notifications or hide notifications. So if I go to my stream, and I'll scroll down a little bit, these are kind of what the assignments posts look like. So if I were to have where it said hide the notifications, these would not appear in the stream at all. It would just be my posts that I posted. And they'd have to go to Classwork to find the assignment. I don't like that, at least in the way that I kind of work and I've gotten used to it. I prefer the condensed notifications. And what that means is if I click on this, let me go to the instructions. This is what a kid would see if they click on it. You can see the directions that I put in here, and then I've linked different things. And so when kids see that, when it's condensed notifications, they basically see what we just saw. They see that there was an assignment, but they can't see what was linked. And so they have to click to open it, and then they can view all this stuff. If you do show attachment and details, what it will do, things that you've done that are like view only, or like let's say I link a YouTube video as part of their assignment, as well as like a document that I want them to edit. It would show them the YouTube video link, but it won't show them the document until they click the assignment post, and then they can view all the things that are linked. And so I find that kind of annoying because I found that kids don't go looking for that assignment document unless they have to click to open it. So that's why I prefer the condense, so they can see there's an assignment there, but they don't know what it's about till they actually click, and then they can view everything. Okay, back to the rest of the settings. So we just went through that. Show deleted items. So if you were to edit, like delete a post or an assignment, it would show that it's deleted. I've never turned that on. Oh, Guardian summaries are really cool. So what Guardian summaries are, if I were to go to my people option, you can see under this email Guardians part, there's a bunch of emails of parents. And so I actually added those. And the way you would do that is you would hit these 3 dots, and then you would invite a guardian. They have to accept it. But what a guardian summary is, it's a weekly email that teachers get from Google, so you don't have to like set anything up. And it has all of their classes on Google Classroom. So not just yours. Even if they sign up from you, it'll show all their coursework. But it'll email them saying like what was assigned that week, what did their student turn in, and then if anything was graded that week, what their grade was. So it's like a weekly update without you having to do any work. So it's nice to invite parents. Again, they have to accept it. So if they don't accept it, they're not going to get it. But otherwise, then they get that weekly email as kind of their update. So I always tell, especially with parents that want more communication, I was like, hey, have you signed up for this? Because it's kind of nice. And then again, this is the Google Meet link. I just didn't ever generate one because I found it more confusing. I like to do it through my Google Calendar and then share that with students. The last part in the settings is grading. So for classes that you don't grade, like advisement, for example, you just keep it turned off. So it would be no overall grade. For classes that you are going to be grading coursework, you have two options. You can either do it by total points or by weighted by category. In this case, because I have assignments that are generally a different amount of points, so like some are 16, some are 4, some are 8. I did weighted by category, and then I just followed what the district's weights were. And really, that's more for me. The kids don't really do it because I've turned off showing that overall grade to students, because the overall grade is in PowerSchool. It's not on Google Classroom. This is just kind of more for when we make assignments. I'll show you where you can tell them what kind of category it is. So I did weighted by category, and then you have to make the categories themselves, and I did the practice and then the performance. And that really just helps with assignments in terms of clarifying if it's practice or performance. But like if I was looking at the grade book here, like if I look at Alex and Maya's overall grade, that's not the same that's in PowerSchool. So I just kind of ignore that. It just helps to label the assignments. So that's kind of all I want to do for this video. And the next one, I'll go over how to make assignments and all that kind of fun stuff.